What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we've got another live fantasy football mock draft for you back on ESPN with a 10-team full PPR mock where we will be selecting first overall, so should be really interesting. Now, while we wait for this to kick off, a quick reminder, if you guys enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. Let us hear in the comment section your thoughts along with any other questions you guys might have. But in the meantime, let's get into this. Before getting into our breakdown, I want to highlight the sponsor of today's video, OddsJam. OddsJam continues to be the place that I use for all of my sports betting research, from the NFL, NBA, MLB, to daily fantasy and everything in between. But don't just take my word for it. Let me show you firsthand all the amazing tools OddsJam has to offer. Starting with their positive EV tool, which identifies situations where a single sportsbook has mispriced their line compared to the rest of the market. They're basically willing to pay a lot more so that you bet with them compared to the other sportsbook. At the end of the day, you're getting the best odds, essentially a mathematical edge and guaranteed money in the long run. But also available is OddsJam's arbitrage tool, which shows situations where the market is so mispriced that you can bet on both sides and guarantee a risk-free return. OddsJam's calculators show you exactly how much you have to bet on the over and under and what the respective guaranteed risk-free return would be. There's also OddsJam's Sportsbook tool, which consolidates all available market info, over 200 sportsbooks, and provides updates in real time and allows you to see line movement. But my personal favorite is their Fantasy Optimizer tool, which is great for those using PrizePicks, Underdogs, or other daily fantasy sites, as you get to see discrepancies between all of these sportsbooks. Imagine, PrizePicks has a Patrick Mahomes line at 200.5 passing yards, and all other books like FanDuel and Underdog have this line at 230 passing yards. Well, getting the over 200.5 on PrizePicks would be an absolute steal. Guess what? OddsJam does that for you. And the good news is, if you sign up today and use our code PIGSKIN, check the link and promo code in the description of this video, you will get 25% off your first month. OddsJam also has a 7-day free trial, so you get to try before you buy. So don't waste any more time and sign up for OddsJam using our code PIGSKIN today. And we're on the clock. The suggested pick is Justin Jefferson, but I'm going to treat this like the real deal here, folks, and I've said this over and over and over. I believe in the positional hierarchy. I believe that running back is still king. And to me, the drop-off in running back is much steeper than it is at the wide receiver position. This is going to be a running back. If it was, my actual league draft and I'm on the clock, 101, I'm taking Christian McCaffrey. I'm not looking back, either McCaffrey or Eckler. And then I believe that there will be enough value at the wide receiver position in the later rounds to still put together a very solid team, especially in a 10-team league. But if you want my honest opinion about it, I actually think having the first overall pick is really, really bad this year. And I said it before when I was breaking down the best draft pick to have. I said it was kind of in the middle range, like 5th, 6th pick overall, throw in the 4th pick. And the reason I say that is because I think there are so many valid first overall picks this year that you can get, quote unquote, a first overall pick talent with the 3rd or 4th overall pick. Because in my opinion, Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey are the 2 top guys. If you want to include Justin Jefferson in there, which a lot of people are, then I think by default, you also have to include somebody like a Cooper Kupp right alongside with him, assuming that he's healthy, which everything we're hearing, that is the case. He should be available by week 1. That's 4 players right there immediately, in my opinion, that you have as possibilities at the 101. And then the drop-off ain't that large from that group of guys to a Bijan, a Saquon Barkley, and a Jamar Chase. So a lot of options. Let's quickly look at at this first round so far. We went with McCaffrey, then Justin Jefferson, Austin Eckler, Jamar Chase. I'm not shocked by this anymore. Travis Kelce, Tyreek, A.J. Brown, that I am shocked by. 7th overall, ahead of Cooper Kupp, ahead of Stephon Diggs in a full PPR format. I would not do that. I think he's more a standard suited wide receiver, more a half-point PPR suited guy. Then you see Tony Pollard again, a bit of a surprise. I would have, taken Bijan, Saquon ahead of him. I think that those guys, well, to be fair, the Cowboys haven't added any, backup competition in terms of veteran running backs alongside Tony Pollard. So that is good. I'm just more used to seeing Bijan and Barkley ahead of Tony Pollard, is my point, I guess. Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp at the 9 spot, insane value. Bijan and Saquon falling to the second round, insane value. Then Nick Chubb. I love these first 3 picks. I absolutely love all of them. Then you see Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry. Good value on Derrick Henry, getting him at that point in the second round, but it is, again, a full PPR draft. T. Higgins, boy, what is going on with these wide receiver picks? That is really, really interesting. Let's see if I get sniped on Amon-Ra here. I'm assuming I will. And then we can take it one step at a time, because I've already got Christian McCaffrey. Now, the question is, what do we want to do at the 2-3 turn right here? If this person goes on auto pick, which it's seeming like he will, I'm anticipating Amon-Ra. Oh, he goes Josh Jacobs, which I get very, very lucky with. I'm taking Amon-Ra here without any second of hesitation. I love that. A top-notch wide receiver. The question here I got to answer, do I want Jonathan Taylor? Do I want Jalen Waddle or Chris Olave? Do I believe Jonathan Taylor ends up playing this season and get Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor both on the same squad, have the running back position secured? That's very, very tempting. I'm going to go for it. Let's see what happens. I've said this before. This is kind of right around where the ADP for Jonathan Taylor in a 10-team league is. End of the second round, start of the third round, if you will. But I think that ADP is a steal. I think that, I continue to say this, he will play the majority of the season. But I can also have this in the back of my mind. Yes, I took Jonathan Taylor. There is some risk associated with it due to his contract, potential trade, things like that. But I have Christian McCaffrey first overall. That makes me feel a lot better about having Jonathan Taylor. I have a very, very safe running back and a top-tier running back to pair with Jonathan Taylor. So, to me, if you're going to get that Jonathan Taylor pick, the best way to circumvent that situation is either in the first round, you got a no-brainer of a running back, a top-tier, no questions asked guy like a Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, or in the next couple of rounds, you better do some running back drafting to just insulate yourself a little bit. Let's just call it that. But looking at this third round, let's see if there's been anything crazy. Patrick Mahomes went immediately after our Jonathan Taylor pick, then Jalen Waddle. Waddle was up for consideration. Travis Etienne, DK, Aaron Jones, Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith, Joe Mixon, Chris Olave at the end of the third round. Insane value. I would have taken him with the first pick in the third round. I mentioned that. So tremendous, tremendous value right there. I love that pick. Then Josh Allen. Again, yet another reason why I always say with these top-tier quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, do not be the person that drafts one of these guys first. Between Mahomes and then the last guy, whether it's Allen or Jalen Hurts, there's going to be about a round difference. So just, if you're dead set, you don't want to pay attention to our advice with the quarterback situation, at least take this part of it into account. Don't be the first one that selects these top tier guys. Ooh, we just got sniped on Keenan Allen. That's brutal. I'm not gonna lie. I was really, really hoping we can get Keenan Allen. To me, he's somebody that I think would have been a tremendous value. I'm looking at these wide receivers, the way they're falling. You know what? Should we try something different here? That's what I'm. Maybe we take not Miles Sanders, Mark Andrews here at a value. And I haven't taken Mark Andrews a lot before. In fact, I might venture a guess to say that this is the first time I've taken Mark Andrews. And then what if we take Lamar Jackson to stack with our Mark Andrews? Let's see how that goes. I'm trying out something different here. I feel good about my first 3 picks, and I'll get the Lamar Mark Andrews stack. Yes, somebody like a obviously Zay Flowers, Bateman, Odell are there, but Mark Andrews should still be one of the top guys. It'll be really interesting. I went with Lamar. I went with Mark Andrews. Definitely an atypical selection for me here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to BS you. But I really liked how the first 3 picks went. And I thought, why not shake it up here? I want to see if I'm going to like the rest of my team after I make these 2 atypical selections of me. But again, you can argue good value with Andrews. With Lamar, not great value or anything like that, but there was a quarterback run that began in this 5th round. Justin Herbert and Justin Fields both went. But let's look at what happened in between our selections here. In the 4th round, Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, Calvin Ridley. I was hoping Calvin Ridley would fall to us. Debo, Amari Cooper. Was hoping Amari Cooper would fall. Najee, Ramondre Stevenson. Good value there, even though I hate the Ezekiel Elliott edition. Joe Burrow. Keenan Allen again. That's where my hopes and dreams got crushed with Keenan Allen being sniped from us. But I can't be too upset. Again, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think he should have been there. We went Mark Andrews and Lamar. Then Christian Watson, TJ Hawkinson, Justin Herbert, Justin Fields, Darren Waller, and Dameon Pierce. So what we've seen so far in this 5th round, it seems like we kind of started the run on the quarterback position and tight end position with Andrews and Lamar. We saw Hawk, we saw Waller, we saw Herbert, we saw Justin Fields. So at the tight end position, the elite guys that are still left are Kittle, Kyle Pitts, and Goddard, in my opinion. Probably one of those guys is going to make it back to us if I had to guess, right? At the quarterback position, Trevor Lawrence, to me, is the top guy still remaining. So, this will be a good example of why in my opinion, you can always wait on the tight end position and the quarterback position, especially in a 10-team league. Even though, again, you could argue we got good value on the guys that we drafted, but if Trevor Lawrence is still there in 5 picks, and if George Kittle is still there in 5 picks, it's tough to defend our selections of Andrews and Lamar Jackson. So there you go. I will leave it at that. James Conner, Mike Williams just got drafted. Ooh, I was really hoping James Conner would fall to us. A guy that I really like. There goes George Kittle. So I guess, we're somewhat exonerated in our Mark Andrews selection. There goes Mike Evans and Miles Sanders. Oh my God, I'm getting sniped left and right here, folks. Alexander Madison, DJ Moore. They're the top 2 guys, and honestly, I need another running back to, in case something happens with Jonathan Taylor, right? And then I need a number 2 wide receiver. So DJ Moore, I'm going to go with it. I really like Marquise Brown, but I'm taking a gamble that maybe he could be there in the next round. So we got DJ Moore, we got Alexander Madison. Our starting roster is complete. Trevor Lawrence was still there, so we could have gone Trevor Lawrence this round instead of Lamar Jackson. Who could we have gotten in the what would it have been the 5th round instead of Lamar? I mean, we could have gone a James Conner. We could have gone we could have gone a lot of different ways, honestly. To me, you could argue maybe Deontay Johnson. I think Miles Sanders would have been a really good pick there as well. I would have loved Miles Sanders. A lot of really good value here in this draft. But again, it's a 10-team league. It's a smaller league, so some guys are going to fall more than you're used to, especially if you've been doing a lot of 12-team mocks, right? So in the 7th round, we had Kyle Pitts. We had Trevor Lawrence. we didn't have to worry about those positions, but I've definitely liked other squads I've put together better than this. Some people are going to argue, yeah, this is the way you should do it, but I like the depth a little bit more, and then being patient at the quarterback position. That's just me. But again, you guys will make your own, kind of decisions about it and conclusions. So there we go with that. Right now, we're kind of going with those top quarterbacks that are still left, top tight ends, just to show you here in this 8th round what we have seen so far. Evan Ingram, before that, Deshaun Watson, Dallas Goedert, but so far in the 8th round, Evan Ingram, Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, Michael Thomas just got drafted. So looking at the squad, we need some more depth at wide receiver for sure. We've only got Amon-Ra and DJ Moore. At running back, we got McCaffrey, Taylor, Alexander Madison. I feel okay about that. Here, I'm probably going to make 2 more selections and call it a day. David Montgomery just got selected. Marquise Brown, I knew we were going to get sniped on him. What are you going to do? It is what it is. Right now, if I'm looking at this group of guys, I don't mind Brandon Ayuk. I don't mind J.K. Dobbins at his current value. Let me say that, at his current value. I don't mind Michael Pittman. So we're going to have at least one guy that we like here to select. There goes Brandon Ayuk. There goes J.K. Dobbins. That's fine. I mentioned Michael Pittman. We need the value in terms of depth at that position. And now I'm going to take a guy in a rookie that I really, really like in Jordan Addison. Other guys for consideration, Jahan Dotson, especially with the injury to Terry McLaurin. George Pickens also up for consideration. Running back, I don't see anything that I love here necessarily. So we're just going to go with Jordan Addison, and we're going to call it a day with that. So again, it's on paper, it's an all right squad. I think, funny enough, ESPN might give this a higher grade than some of the teams we put together in the past that I like more. But hey, let me know your thoughts, agree, disagree, one way or the other, along with any other questions you guys might have. We'll do our best to answer them all. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin, and we'll see you guys in future videos.